Here I am. I promise I'm here. You know, when I try to go live, how it goes. There's so many buttons to push. What can I say? Anyway, everybody, welcome back to the Limelight. We have yet another extraordinary entrepreneur with us today, but not only with a whole bunch of events coming up in Dallas. And we're going to talk all about that. But before we do, you know how we start up the show. We want to also remind you that there you are on the ticker at the bottom. You can listen to this interview on our podcasts, which are Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, Podbean, and now we're on Verbal. Yay. We are live now to 5 Facebooks, YouTube, Periscope, and LinkedIn. So that's exciting. And we are going out now on to Binge Networks. We are also on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google Play, Daily Motion, and another 100 smart TV apps. So very cool stuff going there. We just dropped the latest edition of In the Limelight with Clarissa magazine. It is intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You'll see Dr. Joe Vitale, Dr. Fire, as they call him. He is a global wellness guru. And this edition, I have to say, is really, really spectacular, full of original content. And it is a lifestyle magazine for entrepreneurs. So go over to pressreader.com. Our good friends over there, they are housing our magazine. And you can go over to clarissaburt.com also to read In the Limelight. I do also want to remind you all about mynewsdesk.com. I have put out news releases and press releases, blog releases, all kinds of things going out over on my news desk. I absolutely love working with them. You will too if you are interested in getting out news to journalists all over the world about what it is you are doing, what your brand is doing, what your business is doing. So let's remember our good friends over at my news desk. Hello, Valentina Palmigiani. Hello. So let's get started with the show and bring on our guest. Now, she is... it's one of those bios that's this long, so you have to try to make it, and that's almost impossible. But our good friend she's a speaker, an author, and a trainer, and she's also an internationally very well-known speaker, business coach, and she does help public speakers with their, let's call it craft, because we all know being in front of a microphone and being on a stage is an art. It is a craft. Orly Amor, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Clarissa.
Oh, thank you so much. Really, really thrilled to have you on, because not only can you speak to people that want to be on stages, people that want to get their word out, their message out, the brand, for brand awareness, and not only certainly lead gen, that's important too, ciao Fredo, but also to be able to, for you to train them in public speaking, which is one thing we're going to talk about. The second thing we're going to talk about is your foundation, which is, I absolutely love what you're doing there. And then we're going to talk about the events that you're creating in order to fundraise for the foundation. So let's give a couple of tips, if you wouldn't mind, quickly about what it is that public speakers need to know, ciao Giuseppe, what they have to know in order to be good public speakers, and 1 or 2 things that they should never do.
So very good questions. And thank you so much for allowing me to answer those questions. One of the things that I'm not is I don't train them on the speaking side, but I train them how to get paid. Because I believe that you should be paid for your IP, which is intellectual property, right? I mean, you're the only one who can tell your story. Event planners don't care if you're a good speaker. They don't care about your message. And I know a lot of people say, well, Orly, if I'm not a good speaker, why would they hire me? Well, actually, they might not call you back, but you can get hired and paid as a speaker, and you should. So one tip of what you need to be doing is get out there and ask for money. Just ask for it, right? I mean, it's how to ask for it that there's a problem with the people are asking. Do not contact event planners through LinkedIn. Yes, get their information and go and contact them personally through an email if you'd like, but do not message them through LinkedIn. You are going to be blacklisted.
Wow, I would have never known that. That is a really great tip.
Yes.
What do you think it is about being contacted through LinkedIn that would bother them so much?
I would ask you how many how many messages do you get of people selling to you on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
And then how many
got
speakers don't even know what they're doing?
Yeah.
So I invite people to know about my book called Public Speakers, You're Not All That, 12 Reasons Why Event Planners Won't Hire You. And that's why. So one of the things is like, that's what I found out through interviewing over 3,400 event planners that actually pay speakers, is that they're communicated through LinkedIn, which is not why they're there for. Cool.
Yep, I got you. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I'm
Okay,
here,
got you.
and-
Yeah, I thought I had lost you there for a second. Yes, absolutely. Those are really great tips, by the way. Thank you, because I did not know that. Let's get over to your foundation. You Are My Light Foundation. First of all, fabulous name. Love the branding around that. What is it, and why did you create it?
We are building healing centers for rescue victims of human trafficking, sex, and labor slavery, so that we can give them back their God-given right to life, freedom, education, and autonomy. And we want them to live life free, and that is our promise. Why did I create it? Orly, or means light, and li means for me or mine. So in a sentence, Orly in Hebrew means you are my light. I cannot take credit for coming up with the name. One of my board advisors came up with the name. Why I created it, it's because many organizations are about awareness of human trafficking. Everybody knows that it's around, and many organizations that did not do human trafficking are adding it to their genre and taking money for donations and then sending it overseas. We have a huge problem in this country, where these rescued victims of the age, and in my case of what I want to serve, is the ages of 18 to 30. They were abducted when they were 12, 13, 14, and now they're rescued when they're 18, 19, 20, and they're adults. And now there's a big problem. We don't know where to take them. There is nowhere to put them. And so these healing centers are a must, and must be now. It's a huge need. And so that's why I created the foundation, so we can serve them the best possible way to get them, giving them their autonomy, because they are being re-exploited by businesses. I just saw some statistics. It's horrendous how they are being re-exploited, and because they're being re-exploited, it messes with their brain, and then they go back and to their perpetrators because they don't know where else to go.
The Stockholm syndrome as well.
Yes.
How is it that you became so sensitized to this particular cause?
So although I'm not a victim of human trafficking, I have survived. Let me give it to you in 18 seconds. It's going to make it easier. I am a beaten up child. I was molested 4 times before the age of 14. I was raped 3 times before the age of 22, twice gang raped, 9 months apart, left for dead. I was also in a domestic violence, abusive husband, both mentally and physically. And as a result of that, I had 4 abortions, and I gained morbid amount of weight. I was 428 pounds at my heaviest.
Wow, Orly. Wow, I had no idea. No idea when I asked the question that it went that deep. Wow. And look at you now. You are such an amazing light. And knowing you the way I know you, and the little that I do know you, you are such a strong leader, and you are such a mentor to many, that, you know, I know that a lot of scars are very difficult to heal, but if there was ever someone that I would want to have, how can I say, just look up to for all of the things you've been through and how you've been able to take that pain and turn it into purpose, you are certainly the poster child.
So that's my way of giving back. And also why I started coaching speakers, because my mission is to impact the lives of 200 million people by 2025. And I didn't even want to coach. I'm a speaker, been all over the world, amazing career. But I wanted to help others to share their message. I believe that nobody should take their message story to the grave. I think it can impact people all over the world.
Without a doubt. Why now? With the organization You Are My Light, by the way, which everyone can see is on the ticker at the bottom of the video. Why now?
Well, you don't know what you don't know. When I was first introduced to human trafficking, it was in 2015. I just didn't know how deep and how far this goes and how bad it is. The numbers will astound anybody that listens. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then in October of 2020, a friend of mine actually told me what was really going on and how these human traffickers are using kids for many other things.
Yeah.
And it's really something that maybe we should not share out loud, because some people would think are crazy. We're crazy. So now I think is really the ultimate time to get started on. There's rescuing. There's a lot of rescue missions, and those need support. So awareness is a good thing. Rescue is a good thing. We're just the next step over to help the process.
Which brings me to my next questions, which are, who is it that should participate and how can they get involved? In other words, where do they go to say, hey, listen, I want to know more about this and I want to help in any way that I possibly can?
Thank you so much. The organization is like a startup, right? So we are starting, and raising funds is one of the biggest things for any startup or organization or a foundation. So we are looking for funds so that we can open the first center by the end of the year. And we are also looking for donations in kind. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, I don't have the money to give to this. Okay. We know people that are willing to give a building or another, or beds, or maybe donate something that they can, from $1 to $25,000. Anything goes, and they can donate that so that we can give the meals and all that good stuff that will come with this, and the educational programs. So if they have an education program that they want to just come and support us, then when we open up, we're going to need that. Those accreditations are coming to us from the government or from other organizations. But after a while, these people are going to need training in a trade where they can open their own business, and we can teach them how to do that and become autonomous. So there's so many ways to donate.
There really are. And I know that you are working feverishly behind the scenes right now as we speak, because you've got events coming up that will be taking place in Dallas. And I want for you to be able to tell everyone about them so that we can start to raise funds and start to help you get together that first place that we can certainly help those that are in need. So let's get started. Remind me now, because there were many of them. You have an event coming up the 3rd and 4th of August for CEOs and CFOs. Is that correct?
Yes. So I have an organization called the Health Wellness Network of Commerce and Trust, and we are in 6 countries and 18 states. There are about 56 chapters around the world. One of our signature events is called CEO CFO event, and it's basically bringing CEOs together and educating them on cutting edge services and products and services that are to help their employees either feel better, be happier, or employee retention or employee benefits, to help them also save money on their premium of their health insurance. So we wine them and dine them. The CEOs are wined and dined, and the products and services are basically the sponsors of this big event. And it's the 2nd and 3rd of August, just to make sure we have the dates. It's the 2nd and 3rd of August, and they can find more about it on our app, HWNCC. Just download the app. The event is right there. The links are there. Just hwncc.com. Super easy either way.
Right. And that's in Dallas.
That's in Dallas.
And
yes.
I know you're
At the Westin Marriott.
You're looking for sponsors for this event. So let's talk about what sponsorship might look like. If we have someone out there who might be interested.
Sure. If you're an insurance company that wants to get into these, the CEOs are vetted, and they also have 200 to 1,000 employees. So what we want is the CEOs. If you're a CEO and want to be invited to this event, there's still some room. So you can just go to our app and get your name in there. You just have to fill out the form. And for sponsors, if you are a CPA firm that would like to, because a lot of things are outsourced these days, a CFO, outsourced CFO, or if you have a product or a service that you want to bring into corporations to help them out, then please, by all means, let us know, because we really want to bring the cutting edge services that you have, like an insurance company or a health and wellness product or service that will help these CEOs make a decision. You are really in front of the decision maker, not their secretary.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about the fundraiser that you're going to be doing on the 30th of September, always in Dallas. You Are My Life, and it is for sex and labor and slavery, as we had said before,
Right.
trafficking. It's also going to be on E360 TV. Tell us a little bit more about this event.
Yes. So it's a fundraiser event. There's going to be entertainment and really amazing things. Yes, it is live streamed on E360 TV, where you can also do a donation. And guess what? Yours truly is our MC. I am so excited about that. Woohoo! Yes. Now we are looking for selling tickets to this event. It's $300 a person. It's a beautiful 4, 5, 6 course meal. There's also a cocktail hour, a red carpet event. We are looking for, of course, sponsors and donations throughout the event. There's going to be a silent auction, etc., etc. Of course, all this is to raise funds to build the first center, and it's on the 30th of September. It's in Dallas. In Dallas. It's at the Anatole Hilton Hotel. It is absolutely majestic, and we cannot wait to have this. It can only have 300 people, so 300 for 300.
Yeah. And you're looking for sponsors for that as well?
As well, yes. And sponsors can be anyone that wants to be in front of these amazing influencers, because we are looking to sell these tickets to influencers, because private sector is the only way that we're going to be able to build that first center. And after that, we will be able to get grants and other services from other opportunities, because you have to build the first one for people to understand what you're doing.
Absolutely. You have to start at the beginning, one step at a time. And that's why we're here, everybody, so that we can let you know that these events are taking place. Again, the 3rd and the 4th of August. And the website again is
2nd and 3rd of August. I just want to make sure. 2nd and 3rd of August.
2nd and 3rd of August. Okay. And where, what's the website?
The website is hwncc.com. Just go to events and it's listed there.
How about the website for the 30th of September?
It's the YAML. You had it going through the screen, so it's yml.foundation.org. You can find the location there. You can find the button to donate, as well as the button to buy the tickets right away.
Fantastic. All right. Is there anything I didn't ask that you'd like everybody to know?
Just know that you're making a difference with any contribution. So there is no small or big contribution. Whatever you can and your heart leads you to donate, we really appreciate every single penny, dollar that you can afford. It's fine.
Fantastic. Orly Amor, founder of the You Are My Light Foundation. I am so happy that you've been on the show and that we've been able to get the word out. I know that I will be involved in some way, so I'm excited about that as well. Thank you so much for being on the show. Stay right there while I give everybody an appointment for, I think I'll be back on in about a half an hour with another live, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the In the Limelight podcast, intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You can listen to this and all of my podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, and Inspired News Radio. You'll find all of my videos and the In the Limelight digital magazine on ClarissaBurt.com. And don't forget to connect with me on social pretty much anywhere. Stay well until we meet again in the Limelight.